Welcome to the Tim Heale podcast and this little ride from Stokes Bay to Stubbington along the coast road. So I started off in the gosport lifeboat car park, and this is Lifeboat Lane. Now the reason I'm doing the over voice on here is because the microphone on my GoPro wasn't working. So I'm going to talk about how we got down there. So this is Lifeboat Lane, and we're just coming up to the roundabout onto Stokes Bay Road. So here we are at the roundabout. Just a quick check down Fort Road, and away we go. Over on the left there is a great place to take your dog. There's lots and lots of walks. You can walk all the way down to Gill Kicker, and we're just coming up. So the walk is all over on the left there, and these are some big posh houses over on the right. We're just coming up to Jericho Lane or Jericho Road, which will take you up onto Privet Road. But we're going straight on, and just over to the right is a mini golf, and on the left is another car park. Now let me tell you about the car parks in Gosport. At the last election, we ended up with a Liberal Democrat led council. And in their infinite wisdom to generate a load of money, they've put up the charges on all the car parks in Gosport. And where they've closed this one on the left, mainly because the seawall's collapsing. But they've raised the price of all of the car parks. I'm not saying they're a dodgy council or anything like that. However, I'll leave you to think on that one. So we're coming up now to the Bay Cafe and the Dive Museum. The Dive Museum is housed in one of the old gun emplacements from the sort of the 1800s. If you get a chance to go and visit the Dive Museum, it's well worth the visit. They've got loads of stuff in there, and they've had a large grant from the National Trust to be able to extend the museum out. There's a car park to the cafe, which also leads on to the training area. Occasionally you don't get you get red flags flying, and you can't go on there. But if there's no flags flying, they open the gate and you can wander down along the beaches. Now the beaches were the embarkation beaches for D-Day. Just coming up, you'll see on the left is an Army Cadet hut, and just past that is the entrance to Browndown Camp. Used to be a camp, now it's a paintball place. Over on the right, you'll see Kingfisher Caravan Park, and it's a touring park as well, so you can go and pop your caravan on there for the weekend. It's a great place to visit. Now, one thing about Browndown Camp, which is on my right, is it was the first annual camp that I went to as an Army Cadet way back in 1971, which was a little while ago. It might be 1970 actually. It was a while ago. We had a great week there. We managed to go across to the Isle of Wight, and the second week we went to Salisbury Plain to Rolleston Camp, and Rolleston Camp is still there, I believe. So this is the junction for Chirk Way, and leads on to Lee on the Solent. So this is the run down to Leon-le-Solent. Again, there was parking all the way down here, not this bit, the next bit, but it's a really lovely beach. It's not a sandy beach, it's a pebble beach, but the council in their infinite wisdom have charged to park on the side of the road, and the park put the prices up for the car park. So it's quite a nice drive down. It's a lovely morning. However, having said that, there is a bit of a breeze blowing. It's very windy this morning, which is another reason why my microphone wasn't working properly. That's why I'm doing the voiceover. So there's a bit of new building going along on there. A new house has gone up. So here we go. We're coming down to there's a sailing club there, Solent Sailing Club. Lovely house on the right. And now we're coming up onto the actual Leon-le-Solent seafront. So as you look along here, there's some of the parking, and now there's parking meters all the way along, and you have to pay to park to be able to go onto the beach nowadays, which I think is kind of wrong. But fancy living in one of those places overlooking the sea, looking across to the Isle of Wight. You can see Osborne House, you can see Cowes. And now we're just coming up to the parade of shops. And just over on the left there is the National Coast Watch. These guys, that little hut there, they watch for anybody getting into distress and stuff like that. And here we are at the parade of shops. And that's a one-way system round there, so it's coming out. And you turn right and you go round and it takes you into the high street. So as we come along the seafront here, we're just going to be coming up towards the Hovercraft Museum. And just before the Hovercraft Museum is the Leon-le-Solent War Memorial. It's quite a big one as well, and on remembrance they have a big parade. They closed the road off, and there's a big march down, and there it is just on the right. As you can see, it's quite a large memorial. And this is Daedalus, and the submarine, not the submarine museum, the Hovercraft Museum. They use it for parking trucks as well, but there's the museum. There's quite a few historic hovercrafts in there, and well worth the visit. We're coming towards the end of Leon-le-Solent and the beachfront. Again, there's some lovely houses along here with some great views. As we come round the corner here, straight on, or you have to turn left to go straight on, and you can weed your way along to Hillhead. Over on the right is the airfield at Daedalus, and just at the bottom of the control tower is a cafe, and you can stay and have a cup of tea in that cafe. And quite regularly we have a two-man Spitfire that takes people up, and it's quite shall we say, it's quite expensive for half an hour. It's about £2,750 for a half an hour flight So this is heading towards Stubbington. And just coming up is the Golden Hat. There's my pub. And if you want a new conservatory, go and see these guys. Now, just coming up is the Shell station. Now, I think Shell are taking a few liberties at the moment. They're charging £1.52 a litre, which I think is when you consider that the cost of a barrel of oil has been going down and down, and now Shell have kept their prices fairly high. It was £1.50 a litre, now it's £1.51 or £1.52 a litre, which I think is a bit naughty. And say petrol is also a bit up. So there you go, that's the Shell station. Now we're just heading towards the Crofton Centre on the left there. We're just going to come round into the little parade of shops in Stubbington. This is Stubbington shops. So it's quite a nice little area. There's a Costa there. There's a few other shops. There's an Iceland. So it's quite a busy little sort of high street parade of shops, I guess. And there's quite a few there, and it's quite bustling during the week. So this is it. This concludes my little ride from Stokes Bay to Stubbington. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please subscribe to the channel, give us a click on the old like button, comment and share. So until the next time, TTFN. Ta-ta for now.